everybody, hope you're all having a good start of your day. I just want to put together a quick video on some things I saw yesterday and was reading about and whatnot. I see Rich Cimini from ESPN. He's been a Jets reporter, news writer for many years now. And he had a article that was more like a speculative article about the Jets possibly adding Jermaine Johnson to the trade mix to try to get this Aaron Rodgers thing done and get it completed and whatnot. Now, I'm not sure that would be a great idea myself because, as you all know, Jermaine Johnson, he was widely considered as one of the best edge rushers coming out of college. The Jets drafted him in 2022. I think he was like the number 26 overall pick. And I remember watching that draft and thinking he's never going to fall that far, but there he was, and the Jets wanted him, and they snagged him right up. So I think a young guy like that, young talent like that, we should never be considering giving it up at any point right now, because we don't know his potential yet. He's a young guy. He's only 24 years old, and like I said, he was really just highly regarded coming out of college. So, and an edge rusher is a tough position to fill. That's even getting guys out of college. You know, that's a tough position to fill. So, I'm not too sure there's any kind of real merit to that story. I think it's just Cimini trying to write a story. I mean, he does this for a living, so he's got to drudge up something to write, something to say. I mean, is it possible? I guess sure it is. You know, anything is possible. I know the Jets and Packers both want to get this done, but to add a guy like that into the trade, I hope the Jets would not even consider such a thing. Corey Davis or somebody like that. Not that anything's wrong with him, but you know, I mean, you can part ways with a guy like that because we have a great receiving core. Hopefully, they keep it like it is with Elijah Moore and everybody. Garrett Wilson, of course, is he's crazy. So hopefully they don't consider throwing a defensive position like that's going to be so key to the future into the mix just to get this done. So yeah, so I just wanted to mention that I did read that story. And also another story I saw is that's starting to float around the internet is the Packers organization seems to think the Jets are trying to lowball them in this trade with Aaron Rodgers. Now, as I've said before in the past, you got to take every story for granted. You know, this could be just somebody drudging something up just to make a story. I'm just going on the assumption that it's possibly true. I don't see how Packers fans or even the organization thinks the Jets are trying to lowball them in this trade for Aaron Rodgers. Listen, I want to see Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform just as much as everybody else does. Now that we know it's going to happen, everybody knows he wants to play for the Jets, or he's definitely willing to play for the Jets. He knows the Packers don't want him; they want to move on from him and everything. We all know that story. But to think the Jets are lowballing them because we won't cough up our 13th overall pick this year is just, to me, crazy. And I really hope it's just another story that somebody's making up for clickers to read or to get a little bit of acknowledgement out of it. But I don't see how anybody could think that way. The Jets really should not give up their 13th overall pick this year, in my opinion. Next year, you want next year's first round pick? Sure, but that's going to depend on whether he plays next year or if we make the playoffs this year. Then maybe you can have our first round pick, because if the Jets get to the point where they make the playoffs or an AFC championship game, I know I'm reaching here, but you're talking about now the Jets getting maybe the 16th, 17th, 20th pick next year. Not that that's a bad pick, but your top guy is really going to come out of your top 10, 12, 15, maybe picks. So if we have to cough up our 20th pick, 21st, 22nd next year, I would be okay with that. And then Aaron Rodgers is going to play at least another year. But to give it up this year when that's going to be a pivotal pick, whether it's an offensive lineman, whatever the position is going to be, I wouldn't give that up. And let's not forget one thing: Aaron Rodgers is still 39 years old. Now, in the real world, that's a young guy. But in the football world, this is a guy who's he's still a top 12, top 13 quarterback in the NFL. There's no question about that. Maybe even higher in some people's eyes. But he's still going to be 40 years old this year. Had a little bit of a down year last year because I know he had a hurt thumb in the Giants game and everything. But still, you're still talking about a guy who's 39 years old, going to be 40. Hasn't really won a playoff game in quite a few years now, or Super Bowl in over 10 years. So, but it's still Aaron Rodgers. You're still going to want to get compensation for him. But for anybody to think that the Jets are lowballing the Packers on this trade, I don't see it. I don't think that's even true. The Jets are just going to have to stand firm and say, we want our first round pick. Maybe next year he plays, we talk how well we do. But this year, I hope that they stand strong and we don't give up our number one, our 13th overall pick this year. I just hope not. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't see really much other news to report on right now. It's just still an ongoing thing, and hopefully it gets done soon and we can move on to other stuff. But just let me know what you guys think about the stories I just mentioned, and leave a comment below, because I'm always interested to see what other Jet fans think, what they think we should give up for Aaron Rodgers. What should we give up? Should we give up our 13th overall pick, or wait till next year and see what we do? There's a whole lot of things that could be said and thought of. So let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel on your way out. And I hope you all have a good day. Talk to you later.